Alright, hi everybody, welcome back. We are back after a couple of months into the new house, new sim room, new everything. So I spent a few days trying to get everything set up. And now finally we are just about good to go. A few things still to play with, of course. But in general it's good enough to do some racing. It's been probably about 2 months since we've done anything. So we're going to just jump into AMS2. Do a few little online lobbies because the internet's not great out here in the studio. Got to get some wiring piped out or upgrade to fibre in a few weeks' time. But that's all for down the track. So for the moment, we're just going to join our lobby. Super trucks, don't want to drive those. Try and find one that's practice session there. There are some GT3s, so nothing too out of the ordinary. Jump in and see how much talent we've lost. So yeah, so we've got a whole extra studio at the back here with the new place. So we've obviously got the 3-bedroom house inside. We've got the studio out here, which is self-contained. It's got a toilet, kitchenette, all the rest of it, and plenty of room here for the rig in the corner. And do a little bit of painting and I set up the record player, which I've got on the ground at the back there, and get it happening. It's a bit of a hobby room. Let the wife use it as well. Let's just jump straight out and. Pit limiter on, gotta remember what the buttons are. There we go. GT3's at Montreal. I said really don't want to do any sort of online competitive racing at the moment because quite honestly that will be disastrous with the internet we've got here. It's good inside the house, but the Wi-Fi doesn't quite stretch out the back here. So we'll get fibre upgrade in a few weeks' time, and we'll get some cables piped out to the studio here so we can have nice fast internet. I think in the meantime I will run a some sort of Wi-Fi extender out here. It's only getting up to about I think 60 megabits when it's good, and down to probably I think about 30 tonight. I tested before I jumped on, so not great for racing at all. Super happy to finally be in our own place. Did many months of house hunting. Eventually had to go a little bit further away from our work than what we wanted, but in the end, as they say, it all works out. I haven't driven for probably, I reckon, 2 months because we packed up the rig about a month before we actually got the house in preparation, and used the sim room as a storage room essentially. Well, of course, then now we've moved in, haven't done a lot the last couple of weeks. Only got the sim rig set up probably yesterday. Actually had a hard time getting out of the old place, to be honest, with all of my extra knobs and accessories on the rig. It didn't go through the door, so I had to go to Bunnings and of course couldn't find a set of Allen keys when you want it. Allen keys are everywhere except when you actually need them, so undid a few things and got the rig out the door and got it up here. So it was the last thing to come up actually. This is more of just a test tonight, make sure all the streaming stuff still works, because I noticed with the Fanatec stuff I did have to do a firmware update, and I've lost most of my in-game profile, especially AMS2 has not held a single thing. So AC had to just rebind some stuff. Richard Burns Rally seemed to work first go yesterday. AMS2 had to rebind everything. Hey Sandy, how are you? hoping eventually on this wall to get some little wall mounts for the steering wheels, just to hook them up next to us there. Eyes, mate, there you go. Okay, thanks, Sandy. As I said, mate, just a bit of a test tonight. I thought I'd had it all set up in OBS, but obviously not. Must have just saved the last live stream that I did. Or when I go back to the pits, I'll fix that in a second. Thanks for that. Mate, the new room's fantastic. We've got air conditioning. So we've got a toilet, we've got a kitchenette, we've got a pool in the background. You can see the pool we got at the new place. I've got the lights on, changes all sorts of different colours. Obviously way too cold to be using that at the moment, so also a bit of a struggle to keep it clean. The winds here in Newcastle are absolutely amazing. I've never seen winds like it, to be honest. I thought part of the new deck was going to blow off, to be honest. But feels good to have everything set up. Actually been able to, and I've got the sound through the headset. I have hooked up the old Logitech speakers to the frame of the we got to the frame of the monitor holder, I'm trying to say. So I've got the speakers mounted either side of that for when I do want to actually have some sound pumping through. No, mate, the new room's very good. Gets me away from the wife as well, so it's not inside, because it is a bit noisy when you're clunking gear sticks and pedals and all the rest of it. So this saves us having to have the sim room next to a bedroom when the wife's trying to sleep. I'm out here cluttering away, so it's nice to get back into the driver's seat though, to be honest. Yeah, mate, very hard to shift quietly with this this clunky H-pattern thing here, the old Thrustmaster. It's at least you know it's metal, that's for sure. It makes a very metallic sound. There's no plastic bits in that. Even though this isn't a motion rig, even just the sound of the pedals and moving the wheel and all sorts of things makes a hell of a lot of noise. So yeah, just keep the wife happy, mate. Put the rig outside. Win-win for everybody. I haven't driven AMS2 for a couple of months. I think there's been some more updates, I dare say, in the last couple of months. Just on a default setup here at the moment. Just getting used to being back in the seat. And of course getting used to each game as well. I do need to make sure that I've got the correct Fanatec profile. This reminds me, it was on back to the pits, was in Assetto Corsa before. Yep, we're on auto, so that's all good. Just have to plug back in the recommended Fanatec settings. Yeah, of course, LFM. I do have LFM account there somewhere as well, but I'm not sure. Is it going well, LFM? I know it was very popular at the start, and then I suppose like a lot of things it peters off. A bit of a plug some setup stuff in. Knock out a bit of downforce out of it. See how stiff the roll bars go. Yeah, stiffen those up a bit. Always lower that TC. Yeah, has it? I know it's huge at the start, the LFM. And it sort of died a little bit. Not sure if race rooms made it to LFM yet. That was definitely being talked about there for a while. Alright, let's go back out and... just a bit of a crack. Where's the right height? There we go. Save that. What are you playing, Sandy? Anything in particular at the moment, or...? Of course, at least with this room, a bit more airflow. The old sim room was very, very warm, especially with the PC right next to the rig. Get out of the way here of this Porsche. It was very, very warm, especially in summer. Incredible amount of heat coming out of the computer, and then just the heat of the room. The sun used to set right at the window, and I was very, very hot and uncomfortable. At least this one makes a bit of aircon, especially in summer. Not too bad in winter, of course. It's very cold outside, but not too bad in here just with a t-shirt on. Actually might do as well is just trying to update that OBS title if we can while we're here. Okay, because it definitely says correct title there, which is weird. I'll be wrong on YouTube. No, YouTube looks correct. You're on Twitch, that's why. Let's have a look at Twitch. Ah, you mean the game? Okay, yeah, I haven't changed the game. Not sure where we can do that. That's alright, that's something to fix up later on. Might be in here. Back to the pits, and we'll do that again. You love the sound of the AMG. Very, very throaty. We're clear on the pit exit there, no one's coming through. Do love Montreal. Fantastic old circuit, but of course, like everything, modern F1 cars are just far too big for it these days. I really think once a year they should have a retro round. Chuck all the drivers into a, give them flappy paddles, give them something from the 90s. They don't want to scare them with a H pattern, but just do a retro round with some smaller cars. It can work no points, it can work double points, whatever they think, but just something different. Remember Robert Kubica just crashed there in late 2007. I've done a big loop-a-loop. It was Kubica in the Sauber. It can work no points, whatever they think, but just something different. Just remember Robert Kubica just crashed there in late 2007. I've done a big loop a loop. It was Kubica in the Sauber. It can work no points, whatever they think, but just something different. Just remember Robert Kubica just crashed there in late 2007. I've done a big loop a loop. It was Kubica in the Sauber. Nearly died at the hairpin there. Still one of the biggest accidents I've ever seen that didn't kill someone. I get these curbs right, clatter over them. Missing apexes left, right and centre there. I chucked the car in quite early. The corner is always hard. A shame I had AMS2 set up just so perfectly before I moved house. I had to recalibrate the, not so much the steering wheel, but definitely the pedals. And it just doesn't feel the same as I used to have it. I don't know why I didn't save my profiles, nothing changed in terms of the equipment, we just had the rig parked for a couple of months, but it's lost all the settings. This is a shame. Losing oodles and oodles of time. And that corner just never ends. You just think you got the throttle just right, and then you bash into the wall. Such a thunderous noise, the AMG. Get chased down here by the Porsche, I think. Hey Super Geek, how are you mate? Yeah, the house move was as always horrendous with the house move. Never good fun, but at least we moved to our own place, which is the main thing. So very happy now we're in as we lose the back of it. Wowzers. Yeah mate, so we've got our own little, there's a little studio at the back of the house. We've got a 3-bedroom house out the front, and instead of putting the rig out there and annoying the wife, we've chucked out here. We've got a self-contained unit next to the pool, as you can see in the background, which obviously way too cold and windy to be using that at the moment, but we lit it up there for the stream. So get away from the wife, stop making noise inside the house, and everybody's happy apparently. Get back in here and drive in a second when it lets me. I thought we'd do is just some public lobbies here, because the internet's not great. We're going to get a wire piped out here running off Wi-Fi from the house. That's not getting great reception out here. But we'll also upgrade to fibre in a couple of weeks' time as well, so we'll worry about getting the internet hooked up properly at that time. Get some actual wired internet access out here, and all will be good apparently. Try and get ourselves a clean lap here on our comeback. It'll be close to 2 months since I've driven anything with packing up the old house and moving to the new place. The rig's been, well, it's basically been a storage centre at the old place. Try to get a sense of my lines again and get the view right, get everything's not quite right. Yeah, exactly, mate. I had wired at the old place. That was obviously easier being inside the house. With this being out in the studio, got to actually get a physical wire hooked in. Or I said when the NBN fibre upgrade happens, we've got a few electrician mates. We'll wire it up properly in here. Put a proper port out here. So I won't be doing any proper online racing. I definitely don't want to be racing on Wi-Fi. It's not fair to anybody. I don't want to be the cause of an accident. Also got to hook up the foot cam still, I think, to go. That goes over the top of the monitor here, and so I can get the socks back out. Way too late there. Hey Daz, thanks brother. It's good to be up and running, mate, that's for sure. Been spending too much time on the wife's game that she plays. It's a bit too feminine for my liking. I think get back into a bit of Richard Burns is what I'm really looking forward to. Had a quick go of RBR yesterday just to update it and get everything back up and running, so get ready for the next one car rally. I'm sure Nicholas is in the works of planning. Really improving our times at the moment, to be honest. Maybe the talent has left my body for good. Mate, Automobilista 1 is still probably the best sim. It's incredible. The V8 Supercar and that is amazing. Still looks fantastic as well. Only issue with it, of course, I can't get it to run online, so there's some sort of version mishmash problem, so I can't do any leagues in AMS1, which I would love to, because it is a fantastic simulator. Just wish they'd be able to port what they did in AMS1 to AMS2, because AMS2 has just had such a long history of just updates and game-changing updates, and this is going to be it, and all the rest of it, and it just hasn't hit the highs of AMS1. Yeah, Darren, can't wait to get back into RBO, mate, and get our little rivalry happening. So the biggest issue I've got is, of course, AMS didn't save my settings. Had everything set up beautifully when I was back at the old house in terms of the pedals, and it just hasn't translated. I had to recalibrate this afternoon, and you never quite get it to the way you had it. So it's a matter of getting used to everything again. All the braking feel just doesn't feel quite right. Decent little lobby building up here. Yeah, the AK car is very, very good, mate. Obviously uses the same 3D model as the BCRC car, but they've taken both those guys very different take on the physics. Both are good in their own ways. Certainly enjoy Johnny's car, the BCRC. The AK has got a very nice feel to it as well. Probably a bit more taily, a bit more aggressive in the AK car. The Bend, which version, mate? There's about 15,000 different versions. I'm assuming it's just the international one that the V8 Supercars run at. Even that, I forgot the V8's run this weekend. Totally missed the Perth round. Again, just even though we moved a week ago, just been setting stuff up. Of course, done the big Kmart run this morning with the wife to get a few things, and totally forgot that the V8s are even on. Sounds like Brock Feeney dominated the weekend again. Just gotta look at my brake gauge at the moment, make sure I'm getting maximum pressure here as well. Yeah, Ben's such a great lad, all of them, but it's a shame it seems to be a million miles from anywhere in Adelaide, or not Adelaide, in South Australia, sorry. Never seems to get much of a crowd out there. Hopefully the audio balance is fine as well between the game and my voice. I've got the, again, microphones in a different spot. OBS settings, got to get those right again. Hopefully the levels are somewhat decent. Oh, it's a fantastic time out then, well done. Oh, take the hands off the wheel there. While I crash, let's just check the brake input there. They are getting Get that muscle memory back to where the 100% is. Also got to work out the LED on the Fanatec wheel, not quite working how it was either after the update. I like it to display the gear that I'm in. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. Are you actually racing with AK Super Geek? I know they're running the Gen 3 League, they've got the 2 splits. Are you actually running with those guys as well? Because they're fantastic operators. Love that thing bouncing off the rev limiter. Very taily. And a little bit softer suspension, methinks. Banged into the wall, knew that was coming. Yeah, it's a good idea, mate. But yeah, they do also have that second league as well. That's a good starting point. Bit of a feeder series, always that option as well. As we just completely balls up the last corner. Yeah, it can be very overwhelming with Discord and all the rest of it. Even for me getting into the streaming stuff with OBS, that was all completely foreign when I first started doing all this. Like an absolute second language, so still haven't got anywhere near mastering it, but I know enough to bumble my way around, so that's all that matters. A little bit more of a setup. Air temp. Need to. We really are way off the pace. Play a bit more curving, a bit more aggressive and try and get that the right-hander after this next corner. Correct. Just everything's off camera about it. It's just that's one of the most hated corners. I love it, but also hate it. Just from the entry to the exit, everything just feels backwards. Oh, that's the wrong button. That's I thought that was brake bias. Changing the view. Fix that up in the options. Well, you got mental grey hairs, mate. I got physical grey hairs. And most of them in the beard. Oh mate, gotta go to Mercedes. One of the best sounding cars out of anything. Sounds like God's munching metal and spitting it all back out. The biggest problem is just the brakes just do not feel like they used to, unfortunately. Might be worth a bit of a recalibration, I think. Jump out of there. Just not quite feeling like it used to. I don't understand still why AMS lost all the settings. Yeah, that muscle memory. %, feel. You want about 80% pressure. I like to go for. Don't look at the screen. Just get a nice feel for where the brake should be. Go off there. Alright, what else is alive at the moment? Oh, you got LFM left to get back into. PS2, PS3, I grew up with an Atari 2600. And a 286 PC was the first one when I drove test drive. 1987's test drive was the first sim that I ever played. Get back into that GT3 lobby since we're already used to the car. Yeah, start off with the black and gold graphics on the 286 test drive, and then moved our way through all the stuff that came out in the late 80s and 90s, Indy 500 Grand Prix series, of course, which I can't wait to get back into. Now we're back in the rig. Yeah, Grand Prix 4 and Grand Prix 2 being made to run on Windows 10. By the way, knock out some of that fuel. Alright. I was coming in for a pit stop there. Well, it looks like it's still absolutely blowing a gale outside. The wind up here in The Newcastle area today has been ridiculous. I haven't seen wind like that for a very, very long time. Check out this brake reading here, see how we... I get a bit more stopping power, a bit more talent under the right foot, and should be okay. Yeah, got in the Toka. Actually did a few videos on, I had Race 07, Toka I think 2 and Toka 3. They're just arcade games, all of them. Good fun, but completely arcade. Still the best ones that I was playing before we moved was GT Legends and GTR 2. And GT Legends still stacks up to this day. Absolutely just, those games are incredible. I also do have again an access code for the new game, the Project Motor Racing, which is from the same guys who did the GT series. It was originally called GTR Revival, now they've renamed it to Project Motor Racing. I've got an early access, well, they're calling it some sort of program, some test driver program they're calling it, so I'll jump on there probably next weekend and check that out. Can't do any videos on that, it's got an embargo on it, so we can't show any footage of Project Motor Racing, but I can certainly try it out and see how it feels, because it looks amazing. It looks like GTR 2, just a modern version of that, and GTR 2 was just wasted so many hours on that. But to be fair, also wasted plenty of hours in NASCAR as well, driving around in circles. A big spike there. So it was a little bit more TC, considering we haven't driven for so many months. That's not how you take that corner. rFactor 2 has amazing BTCC cars, including the 90s stuff as well. Myself and Cornsey, if he's still watching, we're doing a brilliant series in the retro cars. Also the official British touring car stuff on rFactor 2 is amazing as well. Oh, one gear too many. Trying to get second, not third. Alright, let's try not to cut the last chicane. Well, I don't think this lap counts anyway because we cut the last lap. can get a feel for the car and try and find a bit more talent. Wait for that TC to kick in. Yeah, there's some great mods. I said the one that Cyril does for R-Factor 2 is just absolute top quality. As in sort of, yeah, official level sort of mod creation. And they're free as well. Definitely something I'd be willing to pay for, but he does it for nothing. You know what? The old shoulder's a bit sore. I haven't done this for quite a while. Pump that throttle out of there. Take as much curb as you dare. It's the wall, come on man. Yeah, I did see on Facebook, I saw the old man Courtney. Got a podium, and he's the same age as me, I think. Of course, Jamesy boy's making his money in real estate these days. I mean, I think in reality it's a very close championship this year. A lot of different drivers winning, both Breens winning, so nothing really to complain about in terms of parity. Yeah, so I don't think there's too much to complain about with parity at the moment, so it's just best drivers are winning. That's all you can ask for. Got a bash on the wall there. Not sure how populated LFM is. Not that many people in the official lobbies. Quickly try this one, and we'll. The shuttles are just about to give up. The wife has big plans for the room. She's gonna paint that wall behind us black and put some fancy stripping lights up. I'll let her do her little projects. Say happy wife, happy life, etc. Oh, we've got auto pits on in this lobby. Different. Sure, we've got to tilt the camera up as well. Oh yeah, good old, I think James is making an absolute killing up there, selling those mansions on the Gold Coast. I reckon the commission on those homes would be worth as much as your yearly contract. Only a minute left anyway in this one. I'm not going to be able to get a lap in. At the Temple of Speed. Watch out for the bollards of death there. He's a lucky man. It's not that hard to sell a house, to be honest. But you walk someone in, you like it, yes. Do you have the money? No? Well, we'll go and show you something else. I reckon pretty bloody simple. Should have got the real estate when I was younger, for sure. Where the money is. a qualifying session apparently. Didn't get a chance to do any laps. So we'll start in the back and see what happens. Public lobby, what's the worst that can happen? Wait for these guys to finish their lap. Apparently there's a power outage in my area. So the wind's probably knocked something out. That's good, maybe there's better acoustics. It's actually quite echoey in here, to be honest. Probably needs a little bit of soundproofing. But for the first night, we'll take it. What do we got? Don't know how many laps this is. We're going to go default. No idea how long the race is. I don't even tell, actually. And we'll just go with the default fuel. I'm sure at Monza this race won't last long anyway. Actually a bit cold actually, got the door closed, but maybe need a little bit of aircon at some point. Yeah, can't go wrong with the Nordschleife. Greatest racetrack in the world. Wouldn't mind one of those 3D cutouts actually of the circuit. That'd be pretty cool. Can't wait to get the old record player set up. We've got a sound bar down there. We'll get that on a little bench. Make it a nice little man cave next to the swimming pool. A few seconds to go here while everyone readies up. No familiar names in there that I know of. I do like the Autism Keeper. That's a good one. I'll watch this back later and have a look at the levels myself, but only so much I can do unfortunately, so hopefully as long as the levels are okay or somewhat in the range, that's all that matters. We'll start at the back. Okay, here we go, bit of hustle and bustle already. Look at that. Absolute carnage. It's the usual then, hey, at Monza. Everyone will just dive off here at turn one. There'll be crashes, there'll be people trying to run into you. Just death. Look at this. There's cars just separating left, right and centre. And already up to 5th on the back of the grid. Absolute belter of a start there, and by belter I mean literally a belter. The cars just flogging into each other. Old mate's just skipped the chicane there. Thought he was going to T-bone us, but he didn't. Sorry, we're up to 6th out of 15. We are 4th in class. There's a mixture of Gen 1 and Gen 2. Up the tailpipe there, the skyline. Mate, that was just bonkers. It was made for fantastic viewing, that's for sure. There the skyline squeezes us. No, he doesn't. Ah, 7 laps, there we go. Only looked at what we got left. See how everybody breaks down into turn 1. Old mate's just cut the chicane there. I'm gonna have a bar of it. Now, settle into a bit of a Monza groove. Again, old one Pablo, he's off in the off at the chicane again. He's taking the position there. Got to give that back surely in the yellow car. That can't be right. And he's gone off anyway, so he's just speared himself off in the Never Never region. And then there's been a crash. I mean, we might win this in our first race back. This could be just complete and utter bedlam. Hammer's taken off, another Aussie. This shows the value of patience. Old Hammer's 7 seconds up the road. I do like the McLaren there. Had a fantastic race in that couple of years ago with the ANZ CRL and the Bathurst 2.4 hour in the wet. Well, yeah, they make it easy when they just clatter into each other, and that was just, again, an absolutely bonkers start to the race. We'll try and catch Hammer up here. I think we're catching maybe a little bit. And the 5.4, it was 7 seconds a minute ago, I think. McLaren very jittery there through the Ascari. And a 4 point something for the Hammer, so that's not too bad. It's Hammer time. Go and get the Hammer. Hammer's an Aussie, I'm pretty sure, from the start flags I saw. Well, you can see Hammer. Keep it smooth. God, that was a fun start to the race. Definitely catching him. And the 3 point something. They've got enough fuel. Car gets very taily on the exit of Parabolica there. You're definitely catching the hammer. We're down below 4 seconds, 3 point something. Well, half a second quicker that lap for us. Braking a little bit later each time in the turn one, trying to anyway. Yeah, always fantastic to watch how other people do it. Even just to see the communication between the teams and the drivers and what they do. Just like in real life, it's super important in the sim world. A little bit of dirt there. We've got 2.5 laps to catch hammer. I feel like he's pretty conservative through Ascari there. It's probably a bit of a place to make up some time. Come on, we've got this lap and the next one, I think, is how the number system works in AMS. There's a flat spot there in the tyre, I think, as well. Alright, should be the last lap coming up, I think. till that. Never look at the chat while you're driving. Oh, it's still good fun to race for the first one back. I still can't believe that carnage at the start. That was absolutely bonkers. Finished with 11 car, I think 15 started, 11 have finished. It's alright, mate. Definitely don't blame the arrow, blame the archer. Alright, first race complete there. Yeah, that was a good little run there. Start finish line's a long way down, a bit different than Formula 1. Just enough fuel to get through. Alright, well, thanks anybody for tuning in. That's the first live stream from the new rig room. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you around very soon, hopefully. And a nice smash up the back there, beautiful. Nice way to finish it off.